Hello, hi, YouTubers. Hi, I'm Rock. Coming back at you with another live stream. And in today's live stream, I'm going to give you folks initial thoughts and impression. Motor Tron 80 Whoop HD. Just did a few flights today with this Tron 80. And, I have to say, very impressed. Motor, great job. Or, or I forget, I forgot in the last live stream when I was doing the unboxing on Tron. Interested if you're interested in this Tron 80 Whoop HD, I do have the link to the teammotorhobby.com store in the description box below. Go ahead and check it out. Also have some other cool stuff, great motors, FPV frames, props, light controllers, ESC, everything you need for FPV. And spend a certain amount, free shipping with DHL Express. You can go ahead and skip this live stream and go click the link in the description box below and go check out their teammotorhobby.com website. So yeah, I am very surprised how well Tron 80 Whoop HT flew. I mean, it felt like me. This is the flight was very comparable to 3-inch quad drone that I fly. Put this on a 3S 150 milliamp 75C lipo battery, and also flew it on the 3S 650 75 650 milliamps 75C burst lipo batteries. Don Miller, wow, late night, early morning. There's a reason for that because I probably won't be live streaming tomorrow. I have a busy day. I, f- I just wanted to get this footage out. I just was excited to share the flight footage. And like I said, this is an awesome product. Anyways, when I flew the 450 milliamp 3S LiPo battery, it flew really good. But when I flew the 650 milliamp LiPo battery, it was night and day. Feel like it had more power, flew a lot faster. It was good. 450 is fine, but if you want that little oomph, you can find a 3S LiPo battery that has a 650 milliamp capacity. Go with the 650 milliamps. Get if you want the better performance. Going for more the cinematic footage, the 450 milliamp is the way to go. Get better control. The only screw up I did was I only flew this in angle mode because when I was doing the configuring in the beta flight configurator, I thought I deleted angle mode. And to realize when I start flying, I was stuck in angle mode. Couldn't change it, so I flew on angle mode. Flew excellent on angle mode. Wanted to do some acro, but I couldn't do that today. Came came back and I deleted the angle mode. Too much on the mind. Now I can fly acro and try to do some rolls and flips with this. But if you're gonna fly indoors, recommend flying in angle mode. A lot easier to control. Flies a little bit slower. To control when you're indoors, outdoor, whatever you want, acro for it. The only downside to this Tron 80 Whoop HD was experiencing a lot of jello in my FPV footage, HD FPV footage, and the reason why was gonna talk to Team Motor about this and my thoughts and opinion how to improve this HD Cinewhoop. The camera mount right here, mounted on a lot of things, right? Mounted on this prop guard frame right here, this polycarbonate center, stay in the center. And also there's a carbon fiber frame as it's connected to. We have uh, these two bottom screws right here, two connected to this prop guards frame, polycarbonate frame, and you have right by the Type C USB port. There's two screws mount onto carbon fiber frame, and then you have the screws go on FPV camera to camera mount. what what jello is coming from all that vibration from the polycarbonate frame and carbon fiber frame, and the way this Tron 80 is designed, motors are like almost they're very close to the FPV camera. Not only that, it's like right above props. What's happening is there's a lot of fly outside. There's a not only that you're getting vibrations, plus this polycarbonate frame very flexible. That will cause a lot of vibration and something. It's like a pendulum and it keeps going back and forth, and that's what's happening here. Vibrations gonna tend to get stronger when you're flying. All that wind that's hitting the cinema is just the energy just multiplying, and it's all taking effect right in the front. I don't sound right, but this is not is winging it on the top of my head, not a skit. But anyways, so yeah, when you're flying, a lot of wind force impacting the front of the camera, and not only that, like I said, this polycarbonate frame, flexible, solid, solid plastic, but flexible. You can see how flexible it is. That's gonna cause a lot of vibrations, especially when hitting the when it's hitting the frame or the Prime 80. Not only that, like I said, motor and the props are very close to the FPV camera, so that's gonna cause a lot of add additional intensify the vibrations more on this frame. The camera mount, because it's also made out of the polycarbonate, you can see the flex on the camera mount is not good. Like I say, when the wind hits the especially the camera or the camera mount, this is gonna shake or vibrate, and that's where you're gonna get the jello effect. So my solution, what I did, I came back after flying, where you mount camera to the camera mount, screws here on the side. I put a O-ring right between the FPV camera and the camera mount, just to dampen or absorb the vibration. And I also put O-rings right here where the two screws you mount the camera mount to on the carbon fiber frame, in between the carbon fiber and the camera mount. And, rubber O-ring there, each screw. And I wanted to put rubber O-rings right on the right between the camera mount connected to top guards. You have like you have the two right down here, and where part right here. This part right here is where it connects, mounts the camera mount to the prop guards. I wanted to put a rubber O-ring right here in between, help with the vibrations. But I, I ran out of tiny O-rings. I only had the bigger size O-rings. Screw is not long enough to reach the camera mount. So do that out the door. I do kind of have another solution to fix the jelloing in this Tron 80. Probably just dip this whole thing in nasty dip or some kind of rubber some substance. Prop guards, that is. See, that helps with vibrations. But I took this out after I installed the O-rings and I minimized the jello effect FPV footage, but there you still I still experience a little jello in the FPV footage. Nothing too drastic, nothing that's gonna hinder your it's not gonna hinder your flying or your sight. Nobody wants jello in the FPV. So I'm gonna try out tomorrow, try to test flight this thing, see if there's a movement. And you mostly experience jello if you're taking off. Other than that, experience jello once in a while. What I also did too, it helps with the jello is I soldered a 35 volt 470 microfarad capacitor onto where the battery connects the all-in-one flight controller and ESC to help with voltage spikes or voltage surge. Also mount also had to because I don't have a DJI FPV remote controller, I had to use CBS Crossfire Nano receiver. I installed real easy. Just basically one end connect the JST SH connector to the all-in-one flight controller and ESC, and then you just solder wires onto your Crossfire Nano receiver, my Crossfire Nano receiver. Much to go. you have to uh, you have to Crossfire, set up Crossfire in the Beta Flight configurator. Get Crossfire to work. You have you have to bind Crossfire with your transmitter. This is if you ever wanted to get into FPV and you was looking for perfect drone or the first drone get into FPV, this is it right here. This is perfect for a beginner quad. Like I say, you're not gonna break the bank. Sales at $259.99. Pretty much plug and play. All you need is the DJI FPV goggles, DJI FPV remote controller. Only downside to that is I think DJI discontinued the FPV air unit and the DJI FPV remote controller. So if you don't already have one, not the end all be all. You could use another transmitter. You could install receiver onto this Tron 80 Whoop HD. I did. Called Crossfire Fly. You definitely need the DJI FPV goggles to fly Tron, but it's gonna be well worth it. Nothing beats HD footage, HD FPV footage. If you're flying analog, I don't know what you're doing. I have no idea why you're still flying analog. No offense to the guys still flying analog, but just totally night and day regards to HD FPV footage. I mean, just feel more confident flying. Yeah, pretty much flies right out of the box as long as you have the DJI FPV goggles have here and DJI FPV remote controller. don't, like I said, you can install receiver of your choice. You have to do you don't have to do any soldering in regards to this drone. You may have to do some soldering in regards to receiver side. Because it does come with a JST SH connector. Comes with three. It is JST SH connector. Polarity of voltage wire, ground, and signal. Depends on what protocol you use. S bus. Use S bus or Crossfire these days. They also come with this type of connector. I forget what it's called. Mostly use micros. Same thing. You have your battery connection, voltage connection, 5 volt, or most likely 5 volt, ground, and then signal wire. A lot of options. This one connects straight to this side, connects straight to all-in-one flight controller ESC. This side, you have to solder it onto your receiver. And I was using UART, I think as UART2, UART2, a beta flight configurator, Crossfire setup. That is I have to double check, but that's the UART connector right there. Receiver, my Crossfire receiver. Like I said, I think that's UART2 beta flight. Figure you're gonna put in your own different receiver, DJI FPV remote control. You're not gonna use that DJI FPV remote control, and you're gonna use different receiver. That's where you can connect it. Port right here, or this part. That's the back, right side. The right side. I have my antennas right there for my Crossfire. Did it myself. Use zip ties. And so need to access all-in-one flight controller and ESC. Have 4 plastic nuts, screws right here. One, right behind the USB, right in front. Those unscrew the 2 screws that screwed onto the carbon fiber frame motor, and voila, carbon fiber frame removes. And then you have to unscrew the screws on the camera mount, and bottom ones, carbon fiber frame off. You have access to the flight controller. A little bit tight because motors are soldered on. You can't really remove it unless you remove the motors from the prop guards and take the whole thing apart. You want to remove the prop guards, 4 screws right here by the DJI Vista air unit. 1, 4. And have to activate your DJI air unit Vista DJI Assistant app desktop. You also could upgrade the firmware. If you need to connect to a Betaflight configurator, here's a Type C port, Type USB Type C port. Nothing else. Get anything again? Yes. So that's basically quick rundown overview. Disassemble Tron 80 in a whoop. Yeah, this thing flies amazing. I highly recommend this. I usually don't recommend anything unless I believe in the product. And if you want to, like say, if you wanted to ever to get in flying FPV drones, this should be your first quad. Like it flies like a 3 inch. 3 inch is pretty comparable. A 5 inch just depends on what type of props you're using and type of lipo batteries. But yeah, I had an amazing time with this. Pretty excited to fly this in acro mode. I can see, understand how its true potential. Like I said, wanted to, you can mount a naked GoPro, SWO Insta 360 camera, and I think a lot of people were using the new Insta 360 Go 2 camera for this Tron 80. A lot of options. That's basically it for the rundown on this thing. If you haven't got one, like I said, I have the link in the description box below to the tmotorhobby.com store. Go check it out. It purchased this free shipping, DHL Express. Got mine within a week, less than a week, 5 days. And I just visited their online tmotorhobby.com store earlier today, and they do have replacement parts just in case you end up breaking something. They have, you can purchase the polycarbonate prop guards or the carbon fiber frame, and I think they sold the FPV camera mount so far that I saw on their website. If you're gonna fly indoors, this flies amazing in indoors. Didn't experience any jello in my FPV goggles or footage. That's flying indoors. Super smooth. Hi, brother, playing in the BG apps. Hey, Jack, how's it going, man? What is it? Is it evening for you? Can't be. Afternoon? Yeah. Yeah, so it does. Yeah, it flies amazing indoors. No jello when you fly indoors because there's no wind. Very steady. 6:10 p.m. Oh, well, only a time is it now? It's 10 o'clock. Oh, you're only 4 hours behind. Yeah, awesome live stream earlier today. Only caught like the end of it. Pretty entertaining. Yeah, awesome live stream, man. Glad I tuned in towards the end. Have to rewind and start from the beginning, but but so anyways, that's it. Me jibber jabbering about this uh, FPV drone. That threw me off guard because when I just saw his name, I just thought of that live stream earlier today. Very entertaining, man. Awesome, awesome. 2 thumbs up. Because I only caught the back end, but yeah, totally awesome. So I do have flight footage. Like I said, you're gonna see a lot of jello, and it has nothing to do with the PIDs. Uh, that's one thing I should have talked about. So out of the box, stock PIDs or PIDs, it flies amazing. You don't have to do any tuning. It flies great. If you want to tune it, go right ahead. Flies amazing. The rates are pretty good too out of the box. Like I said, for me, I like my quads a little bit twitchy, quicker, faster. So I may mess with some tunes, see what I can, how or I can probably tune this to my to more tune this to more of my preference, a bit quicker and faster response, higher rates. That way I can do flips and rolls, and not only that, but inverted yaw spins, bar loops, Rubik's cube. Yeah, the traction stuff the guy was talking about. Yeah, that was yeah interesting. Like, did I entertaining stuff? That's all I have to say. I gotta tune in more often. I must be missing out. I wasn't so busy. Well, right. So here's some flight footage. It bear with me. Not my greatest flight footage, but it will improve. Right. So first flight footage with this Tron 80 Whoop HD. Uh, Not bad for a 40 millimeter or 1.6 prop, or 1.6-inch prop size tiny whoop drone FPV in the palm of your hands. So it fits in your pocket. Can't see it, but yeah. Take it anywhere, FPV anywhere, on the go. I don't know. Too bad your controller and your goggles can't fit in your pocket. But yeah. So that's it for this live stream. Pretty sure you folks won't see me tomorrow live streaming. I got a lot of things to do tomorrow. I know I said that the last time, and I end up sneaking in a live stream. So I may try to sneak one, but most likely not. I've been doing too many live streams. I need, and I'll probably take a break in the near future. But wanted to thank John Miller. Up late night, early morning. Yes, sirree. Anything to do to entertain you folks. That's what I do. That's what I do. I'm an entertainer. RC know it all. Last. And to Jack, like always, awesome. Folks, Jack, you have a great evening. John, not too sure where you're at, but great morning, afternoon, evening, good night's sleep if you already fell asleep because I bored you to death. And last but not least, folks are interested in this Tron 80 Whoop HD pocket size, fits in your pocket, FPV drone. I have the link in the description box below to the teammotorhobby.com store. Go check it out. For my next live stream or VOD, take care and aloha. Shaka. Out.